Hey, what's going on? It's Fist, and guess what? It's Detroit Lions time, week 3. And we're going to throw out some game balls to some people, and whoo, we won. We're 2-1. And it's starting out good. I think the Lions should be 3-1, but we had Reggie Bush hurt last week. So it kind of changed our whole game plan, and that's leading into week 3. And we no longer have Reggie Bush, and I mean, come on, realistically speaking, I think it was a long shot signing, and I think he's just too soft as a Lion fan. So I don't really think we should even depend on him. When he's healthy, yeah, he's going to be a huge factor for us. We already have game plans set aside for him and know how it's going to work when he comes back. I guess as a team practicing and actually playing, we didn't know how it was going to happen without him. And I think this week the Detroit Lions and Jim Schwartz did an amazing game plan where they actually planned, they had to plan without Reggie Bush and using what they have, and that was Bell, our first his first game starting, a homegrown product from Wayne State, and then from Detroit. I think he's around 230, 220. He's a pretty bruising downhill runner, and what it does for the Detroit Lions is that off of play action, um, you can use Kelvin Johnson as a decoy, and then your second and third reads would be Burleson and Boyles, which that was the case today. Really, it was a huge decoy for Kelvin Johnson, and it opened up our Burleson and Boyles, and we were one-dimensional last week. Once we lost Reggie, we just looked for Kelvin Johnson to bail us out. They keyed on him, and that just kind of killed us right then and there. So now Jim Schwartz went back and got the game plan in, and I have to throw out a game ball to him because he really changed. There was a lot of heat coming down on him for not only Pettigrew, which you didn't see no Pettigrew today. You saw Furia in there, 6'8" tight end. He doesn't even have to jump. All he's got to do is stand and catch a touchdown in the end zone. I mean, I think the main thing that they didn't really trust about Furia with him being in there is that once we got into the red zone, I mean, I think Stafford was 1 for 9 in the first half, and he was having a really hard time, trusting that new tight end. And they only went to him one time, and they should have went to him. They should have went to him repeated a couple times because he had a huge height advantage. But I'm gonna throw out some more game balls. Stafford, it was an amazing quadruple coverage down by the end zone to Calvin Johnson. I thought for sure that was going to be intercepted. I mean, I think he held close to 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and it was great to see him. I mean, he made a mistake in the beginning, but he caught his rhythm, and they started to actually implement their offense. And Le'Veon Bell, I think his name is, his first name Bell, but anyways, he opened up everything for us, the play action, and then they handed off to him. I mean, this guy went downhill and he was bruising the Redskins defensive line, and that opened up a lot of the play action, a lot of the decoying, and it just helped us out tremendously. Now, there, although Detroit had more penalties than the Redskins, we did see the continuation. NFL called it the Kelvin Johnson rule because in Twitter today they said the Kelvin Johnson rule where the RG3 touchdown was called back. It looked like the plays were going against the Redskins instead of going against Detroit. But if you think about it, some of the plays, like I think Farley with the clothesline knocking off the guy's helmet, that was. I mean, he just got a big arm and he just knocked out the little running back dude and his helmet just came off. That I don't even think that should have been called. And the other one by Finley when he clearly was a clean shot from his shoulder and we got a 15-yard penalty to where RG3 and them could have continued their drive. I thought that was a little bit. Come on, NFL. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, some of these calls in this game were just a little bit. I mean, just shady as far as like pure football NFL enthusiasts would be concerned. But overall, I think the game plan for the Lions, you've seen a huge improvement from the second game and how they were able to handle the game without Reggie Bush. And when Reggie Bush comes back, we'll know what to do now. and we've actually used it in the first 2 games, and he's the second leading receiver on our team. So that's just going to even be more of a dangerous weapon that we have in our arsenal for our team. And we're going to see how good the Lions are with this. After our 27-20 win over the Washington Redskins in Washington, it has been 22 tries that we went to Washington and couldn't win. It's, 22 years at minimum. So this win is huge for us. I believe we should be 3-0. Like I said, our game plan wasn't there, contingency with or without Reggie Bush. Now I think it's in place. And moving forward, the Lions didn't have no penalties. They made a great our defensive line came through again and made a great stand on the 3-yard line on a goal, first and goal on 3 yards, and stopped them and forced them to the field goal. That was a crucial defensive stand. So I think we're coming together, we're gelling, and we're starting to see who we are, and we just need to get a little bit more confidence, drop a little bit more penalties we have, and I think we're going to see in the next 7 games who we are, because we have Chicago, Green Bay, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Chicago again. So this is it. This is going to be the toughest 7 games that we've ever had without a bye week. So we're going to see what we are, and that's it. We got a great win today. We're 2-1. Until next time, we'll see you. Peace. I'm out. Fist.